Hey guys, 42% health here. I hope you're having a good morning, afternoon, evening, or unholy hour of the night, whatever time you're watching this. We're back for part 2 of our Hexen Beyond Heretic walkthrough. I have to apologize. In the last video, I forgot to introduce the names of the levels that we were in. So the very first level, the one where we rang the bell to open the teleporter, that level is called Winnowing Hall. And it kind of serves as like a preface to the rest of the game, an introduction to the game mechanics and what it's about. This level here is called Seven Portals, and if we look around, we see there's 3 big gold doors over here. There's 3 on this side, and there's 1 over here. Now the one on the end here leads to the level exit. So yeah, once we solve all of the puzzles in here, this door will be open, and we'll be able to exit the level. Okay, so as promised, I will show off the flechette right here, because we have a new enemy type. These green dragon guys are called chaos serpents. Interestingly, their sprite is identical to the serpent that the sparrow was riding at the end of Heretic. And they are kind of a pain to deal with hand to hand, so that's why I use the flechettes on them. Wow, we jibbed a guy with our fist. That does not happen very often, it's very rare. Okay, new item. This is called blue mana, and you can kind of see the little blue symbol down in the lower left. We were up at 30. Each one gives you 15. They kind of act as the ammo for this game. Now the ammo system is extremely simple. Your first weapon uses none at all, so it's our fist for this class. Second weapon uses blue. Third weapon uses green, and fourth weapon uses a combination of both. Okay, so we'll get out there later. There are health vials around here. You can't really see them though because it's too dark. Speaking of weapons, here is our second weapon. Now as soon as you pick it up, come back here because the floor lowers and a bunch of Ettins teleport in. Now any other class I would recommend staying up here and sniping them from here, but you can see this axe just owns everything at hand-to-hand range. Okay, so that's all of them taken care of. This level is called the Guardian of Ice. We see like a ash stone door there. We see a steel door here, or iron or something. Okay, spoiler alert. The other 2 worlds in this hub are the Guardian of Steel and the Guardian of Fire, and those doors correspond to those 2. So, but we can't get to them yet. Those actually lead to the secret exit. This is also a door that we can't open yet, and this is also a door we cannot open yet. So all we can do for now is, well, I'm going to gather up stuff. Pull that switch. As promised, I will describe how armor works in this game. Now these will crush for a minute, and then one of them will have a sword appear. This one. It is random, it could be any one of them. Step in the one with the sword and you'll be teleported back here. Oh, when we pulled that switch, this platform also lowered. And on easier difficulty settings, your second weapon will be right there. Okay, so armor in this game. You can see my armor class right now is 6. When you pull this switch, that wall will lower with a Chaos Serpent. Now, full armor in this game is considered to be 20. So, to get the percentage armor that you have at any time, you can just multiply your armor class by 5. So, basically, I have 30% armor right now. There are some differences, though, between the armor system in this game and the armor system in Doom or Heretic. The effectiveness of your armor is directly proportional to your armor class. So basically, with 30% armor, we can absorb 30% of our armor will absorb 30% of the damage that we receive. That's basically how it works. If when I work my way down to 4 armor class, I will have 20% armor and it will absorb 20% of damage. Also, if you hit tab and open up the map, you can see we have a helmet and we have an amulet of warding, but the chainmail and the shield are missing. Those are actually the most effective armors for the fighter. At this point, if we found another amulet, we would be unable to pick it up because we already have that piece. So the game does keep track of the pieces you have and their condition. So it is kind of a bit more confusing than it was in Doom or in Heretic. But I do think it's a pretty good system and maybe more realistic overall. We have here a new enemy type. These are centaurs. They've got a shield, and they are very annoying because they are basically invulnerable to most attacks while their shield is up. They almost always put their shield up. I don't know why they're missing so many times. Oh, there's the jib animation for them. Chaos serpents are of top priority right here. And you can use these windows as cover when dealing with them. This level is extremely symmetrical, so everything's the same on both sides, pretty much. Yeah, our axe reaches about 12 feet. That's about 4 meters for my international audience. Okay. Now, the puzzle here, we see a switch here, and we see a switch up here. I will explain what they do. It'll be clear in a minute what they do. But I always pull this one first, just because if you're the cleric, you're going to want to pull this one first to get your second weapon. I'm going to grab these flechettes down here. There are some chaos serpents in there that we will want to deal with. I could introduce you to another new enemy through these windows, but I think I will wait for that. Alright, this door we need a key for. We see that there are 2 blocked passageways, one here and one here. We'll get to those later on in this hub. And then this is the other side, where we killed the enemies through the window. And there's more flechettes down here. This game does limit you to 25 flechettes in whatever class you're playing. Okay, there is a chaos serpent in here. 3 axe hits does them. Okay, now if we go this way, we see that this passageway is blocked. Go this way, take care of these enemies. If you're the cleric, your second weapon will be right here in the middle of the floor. I'm going to try to take care of these guys. There's a third one, but he's kind of around the corner, so I'm going to bounce the flechettes off the wall there. I still see him in there. There he is. Okay, we got him. 1/3 of the puzzle has been solved on the 7 portals. Now here's what those switches up there move this barrier back and forth. So when we pull the other switch, it will slide that way and we will be able to get in here. But the reason I pull that switch first is because as the cleric's starting weapon is a melee weapon, but it is takes about twice as many hits as the fighter's fist does to kill anything. So it is very weak. And yeah, if you're playing as the cleric, at this point you will be very desperate for your second weapon. Alright, so I pulled the other switch. And now we can go the other way. There is a quartz flask down here. One-third of the puzzle has been solved. That does not mean that we are 2/3 of the way done with this level. Actually, when we solve all 3 parts of this puzzle, this hub will be only half over. And that's not counting the secret level either. I also don't think I've mentioned yet that in this game, enemies do spawn randomly. Not respawn, like in Doom's Nightmare mode. They just spawn, like, just to keep levels dangerous if you're lost. Okay, so that was the Guardian of Steel that we just finished. Now we're going into the Guardian of Fire. If you're the mage, you're going to want to come here first because your second weapon will be in this level. This is a runnable gap. There, we just picked up our Falcon Shield. So we have an armor class of 15, which is getting pretty good. Multiply that by 5 and you have 75% armor. And it's going to then take 3/4 of the damage. Coming down here is a trap. There's a lot of Ettins. But Ettins are no problem for us. They just cost a little mana, that's all. Okay, if you're the mage, your second weapon will be right there on that step. So in here, opposite the puzzle switch, we see a blank wall. We see a blank wall there. Both of those blank walls open eventually, by the way. Here we have a fire key door. A second fire key door. Excellent jumping, I just landed in the lava. And then this door which does open. Now if this does not scream trap to you, then you've never played Doom games before. If you step out on the bridge, there will be an earthquake, the bridge will collapse. Sometimes you can get the Ettins to fall. Yes! I love it when that happens. And yeah, the flechets are not worth it. Okay. You can actually jump over there, or you can come around here. And this blank wall will now have opened. The switch opens that door down there, where there is a puzzle item that we need to solve this hub. The jump here is a little tricky. It's possible to overshoot it. Just like that. Oops. Alright. Bear with me. We're not too far behind. Speedrun time. And I have less armor for all that. These pillars, by the way, won't crush you if you walk under them. They're just part of landscape now. Okay. If you want to be brave, you could go like this. But you have to walk the ledge anyway. Oh, and the Ettins didn't die. There. Done. The jump back is easier because you can't possibly overshoot it. Now I've tried walk jumping, and it seems like I undershoot most of the time when I do that, so that's why I do it that way. And you could kill all these guys. With a fighter it's a pain because we don't have a ranged weapon, and most of the time grenades don't reach. So, as a matter of fact, there's nothing else we can do here, so we're just going to leave. Alright, so we have 3/3 of the puzzle solved. And we have another door open over here. But I'm going to save that for next video. So for now, thanks for watching. I hope this walkthrough is helpful to you guys who are new at Hexen. Let me know in the comments if there's anything else you want me to explain in future videos, or if you have any questions about what I said. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.